What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Season 2 of our NHL 20 Detroit Red Wings Franchise Mode Series. As you can see here, right now we're looking at the retired players. First player there is the last captain of the Detroit Red Wings, Henrik Zetterberg. Behind him, we have a couple of Slovak legends there, Gabrick and Chara. David Backes actually retiring as well. Martin Earhat, shout out to KP8. Nathan Horton, Callahan, Franzen. So just a bunch of guys that are on LTIR. I also noticed three guys here drafted before 2000, which is pretty insane, especially since Zetterberg and Earhat are both 7th round picks, made it that far. Definitely pretty impressive. And next year we have coach retirement. I noticed that we actually have a coach retiring, Drake Boss. I'm not sure if he was like an assistant coach or what for us. We'll definitely have to figure that out. Also Chara, Callahan, Franzen, McLeod, all becoming scouts. We definitely have to hire Franzen, so we'll go do that right now. And check this out. He's actually an A+ AHL Pacific scout. Now, we have Fog of War turned off, so it doesn't really matter that much, but I'm still going to hire him. Just, you know, a show of good faith, essentially, for all his service for Detroit. And next, you guys, we have draft interviews, so we'll go to the draft class right now. Honestly, we kind of already know how good certain players are. Like, Lafreniere is not scouted, but we know franchise potential. Going to go first overall. Byfield there second. They actually have some pretty decent created players. Olin there. I'm still going to take Raymond third, I think. I noticed, too, there's actually a couple made-up medium elites. These two Americans here, McCulloch and then Tutu, are, what are they going to be, 14 and 15, middle of the draft. And as you keep going down here, there's actually this goalie, Donald Dayton. Love the name. High elite potential. So, obviously, Askarov's in this draft. He's also got a high elite. We know that because I created him. And he's going to go after this Dayton guy. So I wonder what this guy's rating going to be, because usually goalies aren't that highly rated. And Askarov's like a 74, so I can't see this dude being higher. But the fact there's two highly goalies is pretty insane. I'm hoping we'll get Lucas Raymond with our third pick. We can't trade up and get Lafreniere. And then we can move up with our second pick and take Askarov, as I don't think it's as high as 23. So maybe, honestly, we'll probably scout one of the created players, just to get an idea of how good these guys are, because you really never know. So through the draft interviews, guys, I found out that both the created Americans are NHL ready, which probably means they're mid to high 70s, but still, I don't think we can quite trade up to draft them. And honestly, I'm pretty happy just getting Raymond and one of the two high elite goalies. Also wanted to show you guys the growth we've had since last season. The biggest one for sure is Fabry here, now an 83 overall, so he's +5 from the start of last season, and he can still grow more over the summer, which is pretty awesome. Larkin as well as +1 there. I think the same goes for Hronek, he's up 1, as well as Hiroshi. Sider's up to an 80, same with Zadina. So definitely a good amount of growth from last season. I'm hoping even more over the summer, obviously, to sign maybe a couple big name free agents. Obviously, we could tank next year again, get another high pick, or if we're good, even better, obviously. I think for sure the 2022 draft's a lot more important than 2021, just with Shane Wright, Matthew Savoy. I know I used to say that with a French accent. It's Savoy, not Savoy. As well as Lafreniere, not Lafreniere. For some reason, I'm just putting too much of a French accent on both those guys' names. But we're getting to the draft now, guys. Pretty excited to see what we can do here. I am going to try and trade up for the first pick. I feel like it's probably going to cost way too much, but we can make it happen, obviously. Got to give it a shot. Alright, guys, so right now I'm offering Seattle our 3rd overall pick, along with Svechnikov and Washington's 2nd rounder, 55th overall, to move up 2 spots and get Lafreniere. I feel like they probably say no, but you never know. Trades rejected. So honestly, I think we're just going to take our 3rd pick. It'd probably cost us like a lot to move up to get Lafreniere. And yeah, he's an awesome player, but I feel like Raymond could end up being almost as good. So we're just going to sim here to our pick. And obviously, draft goes as we expect. Lafreniere first, Byfield second. So we're going to take Raymond here. We're not going to risk it taking that created player in Olin. We know we get in Raymond. Very good player. Holtz is a bit better of a... Holtz is a bit more of a scorer. I actually switched their player type. So Holtz is a sniper and Raymond's a 2-way forward, opposed to the other way around, as that actually is more reflective of real life. So I really like Lucas Raymond. I feel like him, Larkin, Manth on our top line would be sick for years to come. And next year, guys, I'm trying to trade up in the first round from our 31st pick to the 20th overall with the Nashville Predators. Their pick's on the block. I didn't even realize our second first rounder was literally the last pick in the draft, or I guess second last pick, because there's 32 teams now. So I'm also offering them a 3rd rounder, a 5th, and a 6th. We actually have 2 5ths, 2 6ths. So we'll still have a pick in each round. Value's way on our side. We'll see what Nashville says. Trades accepted. So honestly, I feel like that's an awesome price, because that way we're guaranteed one of the 2 high elite goalies. I'm probably going to go with Askarov just because I know how good he is out of the draft. So I think both should be available, honestly. The one was ranked 21. 21, and Askarov there 23. High elite, but our scouts like him. I feel like there's no way he's higher than 74 overall. And Askarov also catches right, which I feel like maybe that could work out well. So I'm just going to take him here. And yeah, 74 overall, high elite. Let's just sim this pick, see if they take the other goalie. They do not. One more. Wow. This made-up guy, Dayton, exact same rating and potential as Askarov. It's kind of crazy. And our next pick here, guys, is pick number 4 in round 2. I was hoping to get Caden Gooley here. This is a round where he's projected to go. Unfortunately, he just got drafted by Seattle first overall in the 2nd round, so they kind of got both guys I was hoping for, but still really happy with this draft. I mean, Raymond and Askarov, are you kidding me? Also want to show you the rest of the 1st round. So that Olin guy, 78 medium elite. One higher there than Raymond and Holtz, but I mean, that's alright. We actually got a real player. Lundell, Perfetti, Stutzel there, Drysdale, Rossi, Lapierre. So honestly, like, it's looking pretty realistic aside from the made-up guy. 2-2, 78 medium elite, 13th overall with the Buffalo Sabres. That's a steal. I'm wondering where the other one, wow. This is the other American guy, 80 overall medium elite. That's why I hate the creative players being in the draft. Like, he's better than Raymond in the draft. Are you kidding me? And he's not even a real player. He gets picked 17th there by the Senators, but that's okay. We did get like a free medium elite defenseman with the extra draft. Gunler there, Askarov obviously, Amirov, Dayton, Zary, Bjork, Mercer. So like I was saying, the 1st round actually looks pretty realistic after all the changes we made to the prospects and added creative players. So I'm not sure who's really left here at this point. There should still be some pretty solid players. This Perrin guy, guaranteed medium top 6. Let's see. I feel like he might be the pick. Hagen there, medium top 6. I think Jack Quinn's low top 6. Yeah, guys, we're not going to risk it. We're going to take Perrin here. Also, I noticed Mysick supposed to go 86th overall, guaranteed medium top 6. So we'll probably take him, honestly, with our 3rd rounder. Actually, we traded our 3rd rounder. Hopefully, we can get him with our 4th round. I feel like... Or actually, our next pick's number 5. So, yeah. Or, sorry, 55. We'll just take him here, I think, rather than risk somebody taking him. Top 9, medium top 6 again. Honestly, though, I think we don't have a 3rd, so it's going to be risky. I'd rather just kind of get the guaranteed value in a medium top 6 player. Like, even if he doesn't turn out for us, that's pretty good trade value you can use down the road. So, Mysick here, I'm not sure his rating. And 57 overall. That's why he was supposed to go so late, but I'm happy with that. Our next pick here, guys, is going to be pick number 98 in the 4th round. Like I said, we probably would have missed him if we waited for this pick. Could have traded up too, but honestly, I feel like we'll be fine. Ben King. I'm not really sure. I'm trying to like see players I recognize. I don't think any of these guys are too good. He might be medium fringe. Could take a chance on this dude. Honestly though, it's probably too early for that. 98, so I'm trying to look where they're supposed to go. So I'm looking through and I see this guy, Julian Webb. He's a scout recommendation. So I wanted to take a look. Maybe he's like NHL ready. And it says 5-year ETA. Like, he's not even worth it, honestly. Like, 5 years, we can get so many better players. I'm actually going to take a goalie here, Bednar, a bit early, but that way, you know, we're kind of diversifying our draft here, getting a bunch of different positions. So, next pick is 132 with 5th rounder. Cannon here and Klesla supposed to go 146, 187. So, take to Cannon with our next pick, low top 6. 63 overall, not too bad. And then hopefully we can get Klesla with our 164 here. I feel like he should still be available. I think it said 180 for him. Yeah, he is still there, so we'll see what his rating is. 55 overall. That's a bit low, but I mean, for a 6th rounder, can't be too upset. And I think this is the last pick now in the draft, 7th round. I'm honestly probably just going to take a chance here on somebody. Scout recommendation, 6'6". I think he's got like AHL potential, though. This dude, 50-50 low elite. I say we go for it. And low top 9, honestly not terrible for the 7th round. I'm going to have to reassign face here, guys, and check this out. I don't think I've ever had this much cap space. 40.5 million in cap space. The salary cap there is 87 million. Right now we're spending around 47, so that is pretty insane. I mean, obviously we have a bunch of RFAs assigned here, Mantha, Bertuzzi, Fabry, Athanasiou, but we are still going to have a lot of money for free agency. Mantha wants quite a bit of money there. 85 overall, 7.4. Wow, 8 years doesn't actually get cheaper at all. So I'm gonna see 7 million for 4 years. Like, he's gonna be getting paid more than Larkin, but we can't afford to let him go, especially when you have that much cap space. Like, at that point, we're being way too cheap. Tyler Bertuzzi, 5.8 for 5 years. I feel like, could we get him long term? He wants a lot of money at that point. I'm gonna offer him 5 for 5 years. This is a big raise for him. Again, I feel like these guys are asking for a bit too much, but maybe they just know how much cap space we have. We can definitely afford it. Fabry, 5 million for 6 years. He had one good year for us. That's quite a bit of money. I'm going to do the 1 year here. I want to see him kind of prove it again. Chances are it's probably going to grow a ton over the summer, but I don't think it's going to cost us like much more than that to sign him again next summer. Athanasiou didn't grow at all. 5 million 1 year. Interesting. So I don't know. He wants 1 year. Wow, 2 years he goes up to 8 million. 83 overalls, so I don't really know where he's getting off asking for 8 million. 4.5 there for 1 year. He didn't even have like that great of a season either. So after that, Hiroshi, like what's he gonna want? 80 overall. Okay, so that's actually reasonable. 1.4 million. The other guys, they're asking for quite a bit. Maybe it's because they're all gonna grow over the summer. Adam Ernie here, 1.3. I mean, he barely makes our team. I think he was actually in the AHL last year. And that's actually reasonable because he may or may not be on the team. Madison Bowie, same thing. 1.5. I'm going to do one for 1.25 because I don't know if he'll actually be on the team past this season. So buyouts, Nielsen's making 5.2 for 2 more years. What's it going to cost us? 1.75 for 4 years. That gives us a ton of cap space right now. The thing is, we probably don't need it. I'll see how much we have after all these signings, but it might make sense just to wait another year. Advocate there, 4.25 for 3 years. Helm, 1 year, 3.8. 2 years, 1.28. Probably just eat Helm's salary this year and call it a day. Nielsen, honestly, though, I'm considering buying out. Now, goalies here, Bernier, 1 year left at 3 million. Connery didn't grow at all. That kind of sucks. Scarroff, 74, already as good as this Ladapov guy. He's going to be starting for us in the AHL, so yeah, I'll give him 900K there. Ladapov might trade, that way Larson still gets playtime. I think a lot of these guys would like got back in trades, so just going to let them all go. And going position by position here, I see Joe Velino's up to a 74, which is really nice. Turgeon's 24, 74, I mean, decent AHL player. Elson there, 27, AHL potential, still not worth keeping. Peterson, he's still a 59. I feel like that's what he was last year, but I think we have enough contract spots. Bergeron, we're definitely going to sign kind of a lot of money there for 57, so we'll probably get him cheaper. Looking at the left wings now, Kuffner, still a decent AHL player. That's way too much money. Yeah, 1 year at 750K sounds a lot better. Pumple here is now 27, so no longer can he grow. He's still a decent AHL player. 1 year, 800K. Like, he's probably worth signing, especially since he's local, if you guys didn't know that. He's actually from, like, Windsor area. Svechnikov, 2 years. Hopefully, he can do something for us. This guy's 70 overall already at 20, so even though he's got low top 9, actually could become a player. I think that's it for the left wingers. Now, right wingers here, Terry, 31 and 76. A bunch of people were offering like trades for him. Basically, they give us a 4th, and we give them Terry and a 5th, so I just felt like it was not worth it. Raymond here, I'm going to sign because he'll be playing in the AHL, worst case scenario. Definitely want him playing rather than just sitting somewhere. So defense, Daly's contract's up. We're just letting him go. Same goes for Eriksson, both 36 and 77 overall. Like, surprised, honestly, neither of them retired. Everybody else here looks to be pretty good. Kasky, 24-66. He is not going to become a player in time. Everybody else there unsigned looks fine. So we'll see how much all those contract offers add up to, but should have still a ton of money for free agency. And as you can see here, Hiroshi accepted our deal, which is awesome. Same goes for N. Athanasiou, I was worried about him. Bowie there. Bertuzzi rejected, wasn't enough money. Ernie rejected as well. Same with Mantha. Are you kidding me? So all these guys want a lot more money. Fabry, though, accepted, and that was like the 1 year deal, which I think honestly will work out better for us. So I think it's just free agent market. You're like a 57 overall. Lucas Raymond, though, accepted. Same with Bergeron. Okay, so I think just for like players that actually matter, it would be Mantha, Bertuzzi. We're gonna have to give a bit more money to. So I mean, yeah, Athanasiou 4.5 for 1 year. Fabry 3.6 for 1 year. I don't mind those at all. How much is Kaiser making? 5 million for 2 more years. 82 overall, though, so honestly, it's not the worst contract. Mantha, though, this is going to be tough. 4 years, 7.25. Like, I feel like he's going to grow, especially if he's playing on that top line. And then Bertuzzi, I don't know, like, I'll give him 5.5 for 5 years. I feel like that's still a lot for 84 overall guy. And you know what, guys? Peterson's 59 overall, wants to test free agency. We're going to let him, just, you know, more power to him. Now, Adam Ernie here, I'd like to keep. So I'll offer him exactly what he wants. It's like 100K, and he could be a decent 4th liner for us. If he still says no, we'll qualify him and then hopefully get like a 3rd round pick or something from a qualifying offer. And Bertuzzi again rejects our offer. Are you kidding me? Same goes for Ernie, wants to go to free agency. Fortunately, though, Mantha does accept our offer. Same goes for this defenseman. I noticed he was like 20 years old, 70 overall. Only has 70 potential, but should be like a decent guy in the AHL. So we're actually down to 26 million now. Bertuzzi, I'm not giving him that much. I'm going to give him 5.65, which I still think is too much. And then Ernie wants to go to free agency, so I think we're just going to have to qualify him. And then hopefully no one makes an offer on him, so like by the time fall comes around, he'll just be forced to sign with us. And Bertuzzi finally caves. and accepts our contract offer. So I want to see now. I think we'll have still about 20 million in cap space. Yeah, 21.3 million in cap space, even after signing Mantha, Bertuzzi, Athanasiou, Fabry. We've worked out really well, and I'm thinking 21.3 is nice, but we could have a ton more if we bought out Nielsen. Again, 5.2 for the next 2 years. Like, the buyout's not even that bad. 1.75, we're saving, almost 4 million these next 2 years, and then that doesn't really hurt us that much in years 3 and 4. So I'm going to do it, especially even just save the contract. So that extra money hopefully can get some free agents. I'm thinking, like I was saying, Darren Helm will just let that contract expire at the end of this year. An Abelkader, 3 years at 4.2. We're going to let him go at least 1 more year, and then maybe we consider the buyout after that. Honestly, might just have to hold on to him, but a lot of money now for free agency. Hopefully we can land a couple of the big fish. So here we go, guys. We're now at free agency. I'm hoping, I saw that Pietrangelo could be available, Torrey Krug. Okay, so Pietrangelo's there. That's awesome. Backstrom, Tyson Barrie, Shattenkirk. I definitely want either Pietrangelo or Barrie. Like, that is huge upgrade to this team. Dadonov even would be really nice. TJ Brody, Hoffman. Gustafsson, Granlund would be a really nice second-line center behind Larkin. We can move Athanasiou to the wing. Definitely a ton of options here. Perry actually went up in rating to 84. He had like 60-something points last year, so really solid bounce-back season for him. Toffoli, Mikko Koivu still in 84, Pajot. Tons of guys here. We have 24 million in cap space. Definitely, though, we have to spend our money wisely. We also need a starting goalie. I feel like Comrie maybe, I don't know, try and trade away Bernier. And as you can see, Leonard's available. Murray has an RFA. Probably not worth it, though. I feel like Leonard's the guy to get. 20 years old, 87 overall. Only wants 5.5. These goalies are not asking for a lot. Crawford, 4 million. He is 35, though, so he could definitely start to regress. And then the rest there are basically all just high-end backups. So Leonard, he could really turn on this team. 6 years till he's 34. That's so many years. 5 years, he's asking for the same amount. 4 years, it's barely more money. Same with 3. Wow, he actually doesn't get that much more. So he'll be good till he's at least 32. I'm thinking pay him a bit more. Maybe like, I don't know, he's asking for 5.5. Let's offer him 6 million. Oh, let's do 6.25. So an extra 750K, but it's a 4-year contract. See what he says. I think that's a lot safer for us than the long-term deal. And I'm thinking, guys, we might as well go after the #1 free agent here, Alex Pietrangelo, 90 overall, 9.5 million for 7 years. Until he's 37. That's kind of insane. The thing is, how often can you get a 90 overall D-man? Not very often. So we have the cap space. Hopefully he stays decent if we do get him. If not, I'm definitely going to go hard after Barrie. I'm hoping that he makes his decision before Barrie does. That way, obviously, we can do that. Because there's a chance if we make an offer on both, they both sign with us. Which, obviously, would be kind of bad. Both right-handed, and we'd be tied up in a bunch of cap space there. So after that, Dadonov would be nice. But I feel like I need a second-line center more. Granlund there. 1 overall lower, but he's also $1 million cheaper. A bit younger. He'd be really nice, I think. So 5 years, so 33. It's not terrible. Offer Granlund 5.5 for 5 years. See what he says. And I think after that, with Leonard, that's 14, 20. We still have about 4 million. And looking through, guys, I just saw that Brandon Perlini's available. Obviously, Seattle stole him from us. So 1.6 million, we have to give up like a 3rd round pick. Or actually, we don't even have it. I think, though, you can get him for free for like 1.225. So, yeah, if he says yes to that, that'd be awesome. I doubt it. It's probably a bit too cheap, but might as well try. And looking through here, you can see there's a bunch of low 80 players, both forwards and defensemen. And honestly, we already have a bunch of those, so no reason to overpay for these guys. We really need like the high caliber player. That's why we're going after Pietrangelo. Even Granlund, just kind of a slight tier above what we already have. I feel like if they're 83 overall or under, we already have a lot of that. We really need like elite players. So $4 million. I think, honestly, we got to go after Gustafsson. It might not work out, but it's definitely worth the risk, especially too. He's 20 years old, only wants 3 years. Doesn't really get any cheaper for less too, but I'll give him exactly what he wants there. We'll give him the money he wants. I feel like we should have enough for that because obviously if you sign a guy, you send a guy down. I think if everyone says yes, it'll just fit. Let's hope for the best. Also, guys, looking at two-way players here, not as many good ones as there usually are available. Obviously, EA fixed that a bit, but Jeremy Waugh, 23.75, top 4D potential. I'm willing to give him a one-way deal here at the max just to try and steal him essentially because even playing in the AHL, I feel like he'll definitely grow. San Jose does not match that. I don't know what they're thinking. Peterson there, I don't know what he's doing. 22.69. I mean, it's okay. It's not the greatest, though. I'm looking through. There's really not much. 23.72, that's actually decent. Not really worth the one-way contract. We'll offer him, like, the max on the two-way there. See what he says. Other than that, I feel like we already have a lot of decent prospects, so no one really worth signing. And check this out, guys. The Devils just made us a pretty big offer. Palmieri in a third for 2 seconds and Larson. I mean, so basically we're dropping down a round. Also giving up a second and Larson for Palmieri, who's got 1 year left at 4.6. So that doesn't make any sense. We could definitely sign a guy just as good as him in free agency right now and not to give up anything. Waiting to hear back, though, from those free agents. Come on. Gustafson there appreciates the interest. Going to go with Boston. You simply have not offered me the dollars I feel are deserved based on my skills, even though we literally gave him exactly what he asked for. Perlini rejects the offer as well. I mean, not a big deal. Granlund also rejects. We didn't give him enough money, he says. Signs with the Florida Panthers. I'm pretty sure we gave him more than he asked for. This guy as well. Didn't give him enough money. Actually, Waugh accepts as of now. We'll see what San Jose says. Petrangelo's still out there. And Nick Backstrom here is still available. 32 years old, 88 overall. Only wants 3 years, so until he's 35. That's a pretty safe play. As well, Barry's still here. He's probably waiting to see what happens with Petrangelo. Same goes for Dadonov. So, I don't know. Might as well go for the best defenseman and the best forward. For 3 years, I feel like that's pretty safe. We'll go 8.5. Basically, this is all the money we gave to Granlund as well as Gustafson. See what Backstrom says there. Like, that'd be kind of insane if we go from missing out on like the mid-tier guys and getting the top 2 at each position. Leiter there accepts. That's awesome. So we have our starting goaltender. Hopefully that's a big change for us. Petrangelo as well. So we definitely gave him probably the most money. We gave him the term he wants, which hopefully doesn't, come back to haunt us. But we now have a #1 defenseman in Detroit, which is amazing. Backstrom, though, goes with Dallas. Okay, so right now, Athanasiou would still be our second-line center. How much money? We still have $8.5 million. Dadonov, 31, only wants 2 years. He gives us a legit second line, though. 85 overall. We have the money. It's only a 2-year deal. I feel like we got to go after him. 1 year, it's a bit more, but honestly, 2 years should be safe. I'll give him 6.5 there for 2 years, see what he says. And as you can see here, San Jose matched our offer sheet to Jeremy Waugh, which I figured they would. A bit more money for him, but they don't lose out on a decent prospect for nothing. Waiting to hear back from Dadonov. Russians in Detroit usually play pretty well. Come on, get back to us. There we go, accepts the offer. So, honestly, I feel like this is a pretty solid free agency for us. And, of course, we can still make some trades, which I'm definitely going to. Also, guys, we have to hire a new NHL goalie coach right now, as that's who retired for us. So, this Couture guy right here is actually pretty solid. Really, all that matters for them, I think, is teaching. So, he's got A+, 300K salary. Obviously, I don't think, like, offense, defense, power play, penalty kill matters for a goalie. Even coach influence, really. So, we're going to offer him the role here of our NHL goalie coach, and I feel like he should say yes. And right now, guys, trying to make a small trade with Minnesota for their 5th-round pick, offering up Latipov. Basically, he was our AHL starter last year. Didn't grow at all, as he does have AHL potential, so he starts out 74, but I don't think he's going to get much higher. Also, too, I want the AHL starter to be Askarov, same rating, Larson backing him up. I'm also going to try and trade Bernier after this, as I want Leonard to be the starter with Comrie backing him up, so basically just getting rid of the extra goalies. Value's pretty equal. Let's see what Minnesota says. Trade rejected. Honestly, I mean, Latipov does have AHL starter potential. I'm hoping we can at least, get something back for him. See, like, 7th-round pick. Again, I just don't want him messing up with the goalie ice time in the AHL. There you go. So Toronto's actually interested in Bernier. Maybe he'll go back there. Also, too, it'd help us out getting rid of that $3 million. Could maybe come in handy. Asking for a 6th, 2021. They don't have a 7th. I'd honestly do it for the 7th. See what they say. Trades rejected. I mean, it's not like his contract's that bad. We could even eat some of it. Just 1 year left. Again, I want to get something for him. And I want to make sure like it doesn't affect the other guys getting ice time. So at $1.5 million, it's a decent backup. They still have Hutchinson, but I guess they're just not confident in him. So 6th-round pick here. I think they actually do have a 7th. But we get the 6th anyway. Okay, there we go. I looking through the teams, guys. I saw that Vegas had Peyton Krebs on the block. Not sure why. Solid prospect. 19 years old, 74 overall. Basically trying to flip a prospect here. Perrin we just drafted 2nd round. And as you can see, 66 overall, 18. Probably won't be 74 by the next year. So offering them him and a 4th rounder. Value's pretty equal. Maybe even a bit on our side. Basically get a better prospect in Krebs. See what Vegas says. Trades accepted, so I feel like that was a really easy upgrade for us. So this Couture guy actually rejected our offer, said it wasn't a good enough role, even though he'd be an NHL goalie coach opposed to an AHL assistant. Whatever, I'm going to try and get this Bembridge guy. His overall's D-, a bit lower. Teaching's an A opposed to A+, but hopefully he'll say yes to us. I'm not sure, I feel like NHL goalie coach is better than AHL assistant coach. I don't know. So that second goalie coach made an offer to reject it, but then I found this Oduya guy, overall D-, has A+ teaching, offered him like an extra $100K a year, and he says yes. So maybe that's what it was. We just weren't offering the other guys enough money, but ended up working out well. And we just got a pretty good offer from Minnesota, guys. Jason Zucker in a 3rd for 2 seconds, and Klesla. Klesla there's got low top 4. Zucker's a pretty good player. I think he should be like an 84 and 85. He's an 84, making $5.5 million. Like, that's about the same as Bertuzzi. Gives us a really nice second line. Him with Athanasiou and Dadonov. At that point, like, we're actually a pretty good team. You can see our stats. There's already a contender. I feel like adding Leonard as a starting goalie, Petrangio's their one defenseman, really gonna help us out. I'm gonna try and trade the 2021 second rounder for a 2023, just in case it doesn't work out for us. Hopefully they still want it. They don't want it as much, but I feel like they still say yes, and they do. So Jason Zucker's on the team. We actually have a pretty competitive squad now. And San Jose, they want Larson there. Go up 3 rounds, definitely saying no. And New Jersey was actually able to trade Palmieri to the Blues for a first and a third round pick. That's kind of nuts. And next, you guys are trying to trade Darren Helm to the Ottawa Senators for a 7th round pick in 2022. They have a ton of cap space. Helm honestly barely makes our 4th line, so if we can just shed his salary right now, it'd help us making trades at the deadline. See what they say. Trades rejected. I mean, I'll give them the Minnesota 7th there, so they don't even lose a pick. They just get Helm for free. Still rejected. Honestly, okay, I'll just bury Helm. It's not worth it. And check out this trade, guys. New Jersey just traded Gusev to the Islanders for 2 second-round picks. I'm pretty sure they gave up like a 2nd and a 3rd for him, so I guess they got something slightly better, but kind of surprised trading there within the division. Also, guys, right now we're setting captaincy, so I feel bad, but we have to take away an A from either Bertuzzi or Mantha. I'm thinking it'll be from Bertuzzi, just because he's lower rated between the two. Petrangelo was the captain of the Blues. He's got to be writing a letter. Obviously, it's Larkin's team, but he'll be an A as well. So now for the preseason, guys, Adam Ernie's still unsigned. He's actually up to an 80 overall. See how much he's asking for now. 800K, so he's asking for about half what he was asking for before, and he's gone up in rating, so worked out really well for us. And Seattle just made us an offer for Ernie, but honestly, he'll be on our 4th line if he says yes, plus it'll be a good contract. Colorado making us an offer now. The assistant GM wants to put him on the trade block, but as you can see, he signs a deal, so that's awesome. And so next year, guys, I'll show you the lines. I'm honestly really excited to see how both the NHL and AHL teams do this year. Vastly improved when you look back at how the team looked last season. So we got Bertuzzi, Larkin, Mantha, still our first line, getting +1. Second line now is Dadonov, Athanasiou, and Fabry. Very solid second line there. Even the third line, Zucker, Filppula, and Zadina. We'll see how Zadina does if he grows. Maybe he'll push Dadonov out of that second line right wing spot, but Dadonov's got first line roles, so I really don't want him playing lower than the second line. 4th line even is honestly really solid. Hiroshi, Rasmussen, and Ernie. Rasmussen's actually a sniper in this game, but I changed him to power forward, just makes more sense. 6'6". He's a big boy, so I like that. Defense here, we got Seider, Petrangelo on the top pair. Seider's now an 82. Cholowski, Hronik's a very solid second pair with Bowie and DeKaiser on the bottom. All getting +1. Bowie's up to an 80 now. Goalies, obviously, Leonard's the starter there. Comrie backing him up. Quick look at the special teams as well. Our first power play unit's getting +3. Fabry, Larkin, Mantha, Dadonov, Petrangelo. Second unit looks very solid as well. You guys can see the 4-man there, the penalty kill, all +1s. The 3-man's always the toughest, but 0 and -1 honestly isn't the worst. So this is a very solid team. I mean, I guess Larkin and Petrangelo would be our 2 superstars, and then after that, we actually have a lot of depth. So I feel like we have a shot at the playoffs for sure. AHL team, pretty excited for. We got Svechnikov and Raymond on the first line, hoping for big things from Raymond. Then we got Helm, Turgeon, and Alakir on the second line. So a couple of veterans there buried in the AHL. Helm's got 1 year left, obviously, so not a big deal. Alakir, though, has 3, so I'm not sure what we're going to do with that contract. I think it's just an anchor for us. Kuffner there with Berggren and Pumple. Hopefully Berggren can play well. 4th line there, can't say his name, Perre and Smith. And next year we have the defense, Goldman and Nemeth on the top pair game +3. Goldman, of course, drafted first round like the extra draft. I mean, 79 medium league game +3, that's awesome. Playing with a good defenseman in Nemeth as well should really help his growth. Obviously, $3 million is kind of wasted on him in the AHL, but if he can make Goldman better, it's worth it. Being there and Hickett's is the second pair, Mikkelrath and Stoffling on the bottom pair. Goalies here, Askarov's our starter, and Larson backing him up. He's actually a 74 now, so 2 very good goalies. Special teams here as well. I think our first unit there and second unit all getting +1. I've actually got Berggren there on the second line center for the second power play, just to try and get him going here, get him up from a 59. The rest of our special teams there aren't too bad. So, like I was saying, I'm really excited. Like, I think both these teams are solid. I think, honestly, we might have to rebuild for like the first 3 years, try and get Savoy or Shane Wright in that 2022 draft. But by that point, honestly, we might be like too good. So if that's the case, obviously, I mean, we're not going to be upset because we're that good of a team. So next year we'll see what the offense, defense, goaltending ratings are looking like just to start the year. I feel like they should be vastly improved. So yeah, 91 offense, 89 defense, 85 goaltending. So we'll start simming here and see how the team does. So I just finished doing the Christmas, guys, and check this out. We're playing so well right now. 21-13-3 record. We're actually first place in the Atlantic. I'm not sure if you saw it there. I think we're 1 point ahead of the Buffalo Sabres right now. So hopefully we can keep this up heading towards the trade deadline. Maybe we can even add a player or two at the deadline and make a nice run at the Stanley Cup. And we just get a big trade offer from the Calgary Flames. Travis Hamonic in a 4th for a 2nd and a 3rd. Thing is, $4.4 million for him for the next 5 years. I feel like it's just too much of a contract. And now the New York Islanders are trying to trade us, Nikita Gusev, with a 4th round pick here for a 2nd and a 3rd. Thing is, like, we already have Zadina on the 3rd line. I feel like we have enough winger depth, so I'm just going to say no. And now the Rangers are offering us Ryan Strome for Tikkanen, who's got low top 6 and 2/3. Honestly, if Strome's still like an 84 and he's just a rental, it's not too bad of a trade. It would improve Filipula there as our 3rd line center. So Strome here, he's an 83 now. I mean, let's see, Tikkanen, 1966, low top 6. It's not too bad of an offer. I want to make sure he's not extended because I've made that mistake before where I trade for someone who I think's a rental, turns out they're extended. Okay, he's not. Honestly, if that's not too much to give up, definitely gives us a bit more depth down the middle. We're 26, 21, and 5 right now though, which isn't like the best record. Honestly, I'd rather just keep the prospects, keep the picks. If we make the playoffs, you know, it's just kind of like a bonus. Brennan Saad. Again, I only want a winger. I think, you know, we'll see where we are at the deadline before we make any rash decisions. Jordan Eberle, 2nd and 3rd. Again, we have enough wingers. I want to keep our picks and prospects. I still want to keep rebuilding here while playing well. And check this out, guys. Pretty big trade just went down between the Columbus Blue Jackets and Dallas Stars. Dallas getting Ryan Murray there along with Brad Richardson for Thomas Harley going to Columbus and a 2nd round pick. Harley, of course, was a 1st rounder in 2019. So pretty big trade there for Ryan Murray. Obviously, we have injuries turned off, so they don't have to worry about him getting injured. So we're actually a really good record right now, 31, 24, and 7. Unfortunately, I don't even think we're in a wildcard spot right now because that's how tight it is. We'll back out here and check. But that's why I didn't really want to make that trade for Strome, just because you don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, we're a point behind the Canadiens there. What's the Metro look like? A point behind the Capitals as well. So, I mean, we're right in it, but it's risky to add, especially for a rental if we're going to end up missing by a point or whatever. Davinov's playing really well right now on the 2nd line, 64 points in 62 games. So we'll see what's out there on the trade block. If there's a deal that makes sense for now and the future, we'll make it, but definitely not going to make any like short-term trades. All right, guys, so we're now trying to get a big trade with the Calgary Flames from Mark Giordano on the block. 2 years left there at 6.7, 88 overall. Him and Pietrangelo in the top pair would be insane. So I'm offering up to Kaiser, making $5 million for the next 2 years, so basically adding 1.75 there. This year, though, we're actually saving money because I'm also adding Nemeth, who they want, so in the AHL for us, helps make the side work a bit better. And then Tikkanen there was actually involved in another trade we didn't do. Low top 6, we have enough wingers, so can afford to give him up, and they want him. Value's pretty equal, I think it's on our side. Giordano's on the block, we'll see what they say. And trade is accepted, that's huge. And after that trade, guys, an update, look at the lines. Obviously, no change to the forward group. Defense, though, now looks so much better. Giordano, Pietrangelo on the top pair. Sider, Hronek on the 2nd. Cholowski, Bowie on the 3rd. I mean, I feel like, you know, that trade does so much for us. Even Giordano can play power play, can play penalty kill. Probably the only trade we're going to make is, like I said, I don't want to, like, risk a rental or something and not making the playoffs, but that definitely should help us make the playoffs. And the regular season's over, guys. We just squeaked into the playoffs. I don't know if you saw that. 89 points, the 2nd wildcard spot. Finished with a record of 40, 33, and 9. So, I mean, still a solid year for sure. And, I mean, anything can happen once we get the playoffs. Usually, we're, like, the best team when we lose. So, maybe now that we're a wildcard team, we might go all the way and win it. Davinov, huge year for him. 76 points, 82 games. Quick look here at the AHL team. They're also in the playoffs, 85 points. And Helm's the leading scorer, 62 and 81. I'm surprised. I actually saw Raymond was playing pretty well in the AHL. Also in the NHL, you guys will see, I think Zadina did really well this year, playing on the 3rd line. Honestly, the entire forward group was playing pretty well. Larkin there, 72. Athanasiou, 67. Big year for him. Trangelo, 63 as a D-man. Mantha, 60. Fabry, 60. Jeez. Bertuzzi, 55. Giordano, 52. Zucker, 48. Zadina, 44. Outside shot the Calder, I'd say, now an 84. So definitely we have to play him in the top 6. Filipula, 33. He actually dropped in rating, which, I mean, 33 points for a 3rd line center is not even that bad. The rest of the guys you can see just pitching in there. Goaltending, so Leonard, 20, basically a 500 record for us, .911, 2.81. And as always, the backup, Comrie there, 2 wins for every loss, .919 and 2.5. I don't know why the backup always seems to do better, but just one of those things. So we'll see who led the entire league in scoring. Down 76, probably won't be anywhere close. Draisaitl, 103. 94 overall now. Dude just went off. Kessel again, 99. McDavid, 99. Now 96. Keller, Sagan, McKinnon, Getzlaf, Crosby, Malkin. Big year for Getzlaf at 35 years old. And next, you guys checking the standings. As you can see, Maple Leafs there won the Atlantic Division. We finished 3 points above Buffalo. I feel like we might be the worst team that made the playoffs this year. We'll see, though. Colorado, President's Trophy, 112 points. We had 5 teams there, 100 plus. So, yeah, looking through it, Toronto 9th there, winning the Atlantic. So, Atlantic Division, honestly, kind of weak compared to the rest. And we finished 14th, so we did better than Anaheim there. And Vancouver currently holds a wildcard spot, but they actually have to play 1 more game. So, could be, a different team that gets it. We'll assume, though, Vancouver. And last in the league right now, San Jose Sharks, 66 points. I actually saw that they just fired their head coach, and that would explain why. So I'm guessing in this first round, we'll be playing whoever won the Metro, because we are the second wildcard, so that means we're playing the Penguins. Good rematch there, 2008, 2009. And look at this, guys. I'm checking out the Penguins right now. Malkin and Crosby both down to 88. Malkin's kind of believable. Crosby, though, like he was a 93 a year ago. I don't know. Did he have a really rough season last year? So it'd be 19, 20, 82 points. It's still a point per game. 92 this year. I don't quite get that. Gensel, they signed Perry there. Looks like the rest of the team's the same defensively. They lost Justin Schultz, signed Ben Hutton. Goaltending, did they keep Murray? They did. They still have Jerry. So not really sure why Malkin and Crosby dropped so much, but I mean, that's just good news for us. Hopefully, we can take advantage here. Obviously, in a best-of-7 series, anything can happen. So sim the first game here. Hope for the best. First period. And we're up 3-0. Zadina, Bertuzzi, Dadonov. Answer back with 2, but then Larkin gets 1, so 4-2 lead. And then 2 more there in the third. Fabry, Zadina, so 6-3 win. We're starting us off pretty strong here. That's in Pittsburgh. Hopefully we can keep it up. So game number 2 here, guys. First period. We're down 2-1. Giordano gets 1 for us. Dadonov, Zadina, Bertuzzi all score. Galchenyuk gets 2, so tied up 4-4. We did not show up in the third period. Crosby against the Hornfist. Lose that one 7-4. The third game now, guys. Back in Detroit. Hopefully get a win at home. And they get 3 more in 1 period. Are you kidding me? Pretty good answer back in a second. Zadina gets 2. Zucker 1. Down 5-3. Unfortunately, can't find a goal there in the third. So down 2-1 now in the series. Game 4 here. Hopefully can at least win 1 at home. This would tie the series up. Larkin gets 1. Up 1-0. Nothing in the second. Come on. Wow. Gensel forces OT. We need an OT hero. Are you kidding me? Jared McCann. So down 3-1 now in the series. We have to win the next 3 straight. I mean, on paper, honestly, our team, I don't know if I'd say we're better because Pittsburgh still has Crosby and Malkin, even if they're 88s, but I definitely like the look of our team. I think we had a bit more depth, especially on defense. Goaltending, Leonard's better than Murray. Come on, find a win here. Game 5. Town 1 early. Russ gets 1. They get 2 more in the second. Dadonov gets the lone goal, so we need 2 goals here in the third. And it's just not meant to be. So we do, make the playoffs here. Second year of the rebuild, which is pretty impressive. I don't even know you call it a rebuild. We spent so much money in free agency, but unfortunately, losing 5 there, the Penguins. And I just saw, guys, our AHL team actually swept the Ice Hogs in the first round of the playoffs, so that's awesome. Obviously, the best of 5, and next year they actually have the Iowa Wild. So AHL will just sim through here, game by game, posted period by period. And we're down 2-1, 2-2, 3-2 for them. Unfortunately, losing 6. That sucks. Are you kidding me, guys? Look at this. Stanley Cup champions, Anaheim Ducks. Gibson must have just played unreal because their roster is pretty average. As well, the San Diego Gulls, the Anaheim AHL team, wins the Calder Cup, so they get both. That's kind of nuts. I wouldn't have guessed Anaheim. Like, Getzlaf had an unreal year, but still, San Jose there picking first overall, and they did finish last, so I mean, that's good to see. Rangers there jumped from 6th to 2nd, and Calgary 11th to 3rd. Huge jump for them, so I'll take a look here at the playoff tree as well as the awards. I still can't believe, honestly, the Ducks win it. Zadina there had 5 goals in 5 playoff games for us, so that's a good sign. I'm hoping he's already in 84. Next year could be a big year for him. Unfortunately, I don't think he had quite a good enough year to win the Calder. So we lost to Pittsburgh, who beat Carolina, then lost to Boston in 7. Anaheim beat Boston there in 5. Beat Vegas in 5. First round, Chicago. Wow, they won every single series in 5. Vegas, Chicago, Vancouver, Boston. That's kind of cool, I guess. So awards now. See what we got here. So Anaheim Stanley Cup, Colorado President's Trophy. Individual awards, Draisaitl, we know, got the Art Ross. That's back-to-back years for him. He also gets the Hart Trophy. Tang there, James Norris, actually, so that's probably why Pittsburgh was doing so well. Kessel, Lady Bing. Kaprizov with the Calder. So I guess he didn't play last year and must have had an AHL. Gibson there, Conn Smythe. So yeah, he must have been unreal. Grubauer gets the Vezina. Also William Jennings. Doughty, Bill Masterton. Anaheim's coach, Jack Adams. I mean, it makes sense. I didn't expect them to even make the playoffs. Kopitar, Selke, back-to-back years. Draisaitl also gets Ted Lindsay. And then Sagan there on Maurice Richard. I didn't even realize he led the league in goals. So AHL awards here, I don't think we won one. Like, we made the playoffs, but that was it. Individual awards, Nosen with the most points and MVP. Newhook, most goals. Ulevi, outstanding rookie. Pouliot, best D-man. Vavalainen there, best goalie. Stollers, though, MVP of the playoffs. Smith, sportsmanship. Kovacevic here with the community involvement. And then Copley there, lowest goals against. So, unfortunately, no award. Gibson got the Conn Smythe. I want to see what his stats were for the playoffs. Also, I'm seeing Dadonov at 5 points as well, but 3 goals there and 2 assists. So, I mean, I don't know. I think we just got unlucky, honestly, with that series against Pittsburgh. So, Gibson here, 16-4, 5 shutouts, .939 and a 1.79. And he dropped in rating from the start of last year, where he was a 91 to an 88, but he's definitely going to be bouncing back because those are some unreal numbers. But that's going to be it, guys, for this episode of the Franchise Mode series. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, leave that thumbs up. Make sure you stay tuned for more episodes. I'm going to try and have one out every few days or so, so make sure you're checking your sub box. Besides that, guys, thanks so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.